Sorry, my mic was muted. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah, there it is. Hey, 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 hey. Let me do these shout outs real quick. Let's see who we got. Miss D, Mr. God's Property, Miss Fat, Latrice, Dom K, Valerie, Tanya, hey, hey, K baby, hey, hey, hey. Unique Thoughts, hey, hey, hey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that everyone is having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. That you've had a prosperous week so far and that it continues to be prosperous. Okay, okay. So I'm just dropping in because I've been missing for a couple days. I'm just, dropping out the bushes and I'm going to go back and get in the bushes. I've gotten quite comfortable over there. Got my own personal chair with my name on it, and it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good to be out the way. Out the way. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Yeah, yeah. Those my girls back there. Those my girls. Those my girls. Yeah, yeah. So before I get started on everything, frustrating but pushing through. What you frustrated about, Unique? Dang it. Y'all stand by. Hello? All right, good people. I am back. Sorry about that. Let me go through your comments real quick. That's an interesting conversation that's going on. I'm actually feeling pretty good about the way things are going right now. I can't go and speak on anything in particular, but I'm feeling rather good about what I've been seeing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling rather good about it. Yeah. I'm feeling rather good. For the Carolina Dimes, after I finish this live, I am going to be coming and we're going to have a quick chat tonight on the Facebook group so I can update you guys on some things. So make sure you are tuned in for that. The race is not over. It is too early to call. They probably won't have anyone officially in this week. They may make an unofficial announcement about someone, but officially probably not this week. They still have a lot of things that have to come in. You got ballots coming in from military and all these mail-ins and all this stuff. So you know. But yeah. So again, for the dimes, once this live is over, you guys may want to stay tuned so I can get you up to date on some things that are going on as of today. So I like to think of myself as someone that tries to stay prepared, right? Now, what I'm talking about tonight is proving yourself. And a part of proving yourself, we're going to be talking about consistency and things of that nature. I just popped my mouth. I hate that. Consistency and things of that nature. So part of my consistency is staying ready. You know, I'm a firm believer if you stay ready, you don't ever have to get ready, right? So for the women on here, and I'm going to hope the men too, but you guys know that you should always have a stay ready kit with you, like an emergency kit, right? How many of y'all have an emergency kit? Let me see a 2 in the chat if you got an emergency kit. You keep it in your car. It's always with you. An emergency kit. Y'all know you got your stuff where you can stay fresh, you can refresh, all that good stuff. An emergency kit. Am I the only one that keeps an emergency kit? Thank you, Miss Fat, because I was thinking I was talking to myself. Okay, so, we got a couple kits. Let's see. Staying ready is a must. Okay. So, before I get started on this whole thing, or I guess I am started because this is a part of it, that consistency, right? Hey, Curtis, how you doing? That consistency. So, Let me tell y'all about staying ready. Again, if you stay ready, you don't ever have to get ready. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. So, that bag, Miss D, that's the one I'm talking about. You got a bag with those important things in it because you never know. So you stay ready. That bag, you keep it with you. It's somewhere around you. So if you're somewhere other than your house, you have access to certain things. So I was at work today. And I went to the restroom, and I was messing with my hair, because my head was itching. So I'm just messing all in my head, messing with my scalp and thing, and I walked out the restroom. And when I turned around to close the door, there was something on the floor. Now, at first, I thought that something was a snake, okay? Because I saw something black laying on the floor. Now, I'm a country girl, so I'm about to stomp it out, okay? Staying ready until I looked a little closer. And when I looked a little closer, I realized that it was one of these. When I looked a little closer, I realized it wasn't a snake, it was one of these. Okay. Now, y'all don't know like I know. Okay. But when I say you got to stay ready, and if you stay ready, you don't ever have to get ready. So let me tell you. Didn't think twice. Picked that thing up. I got an emergency situation. Okay. This is code 10. Okay, this is code 1055. I just made that up. It's code 1055. So what do you do? What do you do? You show that you're ready. You show that you are ready. So I went on down to my office and I grabbed my trusty kit and I went back to the bathroom because first, the most important thing is realizing exactly where it came from. Because if it's in the back or in the middle, inconspicuous place, I can wait until I go home. But no. No, it was at the front. So I pulled out my kit, as I said. Had my little mess. And this is what I have in my emergency kit. I don't know if y'all can see this. Okay. Pop that sucker right back in. Okay. If you stay ready, you don't ever have to get ready. That is some consistency for your tail. I'm just saying that consistency. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a crochet needle. It's a crochet needle. Let me tell you, in my bag, now I have a crochet needle. I have a sewing needle. I have a hair needle with the thread, not just for my own emergencies, but for others as well, because I've had to help other people in emergency situations. You know what I mean? Like a little track then slipped or something. Hold on. I got you. Don't even worry about it. See, that's consistency. The people know that if something happens, they're going to come to me. They're going to come to me because they know I have proven to be consistent when it comes to this thing. Okay? It ain't too many things that I don't keep in my bag in case of emergencies. So that consistency. Miss Fat, that may be more reason for you to keep it in your bag. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So consistency is key. Consistency is key around here. So okay, Nicole, how you doing? How you doing? I want to talk about proving season. Now, see, I've shown myself to be that person. I sure do, Miss Fat. I sure do. I sure do. I sure do. Got a little teeny bottle. Got a little, like a little sample. Sure do. So, yeah. A little bottle spritz and everything. Everything. So in this proving season, y'all think I'm playing. I'm dead serious. In this proving season, I was thinking about some things. No, Parnell, I didn't sew it back in now. None of this is sewn in. These are crochets. So I had to just crochet it back in, you know. You know, a little razzle dazzle, keep it pushing. So, but it was right here at the front. Right there. It was right there at the front. Right, that one right there. You can't have no blank spot right there at the front. I mean, that would be uncivilized. You pulling out the prison issue shanks. What you know about a shank? You better not never tell nobody but God. So, in this proven season, it makes me think of one thing: who a person is. The person that you are or your character is based on your consistency, right? Whoever you are is based on your consistency. Now, I want to make sure I'm clear on this so that we're all on the same page. So when I talk about being consistent, talk about being consistent. Let me give you a little quick definition so that we all on the same page. Look, Dottie, I'm from the country, not the streets, from the country. You heard me. Little mixture of both, you know, little razzle dazzle. Consistent, acting or done in the same manner over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate, unchanging in nature or effective over time. I'm going to go back. Again, consistent, acting or done in the same way or manner over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate, unchanging in nature. Consistency. Consistency. Again, consistency is the true definition of who you are or your character. It's not about the people that you change into. It is the person that you are naturally, the person that people generally see, the same person that you are over time. It's not flip-flopping and wishy-washiness. No. Who you are and your character are both defined by your consistency. So if you are often changing up or changing, like you changing clothes or changing your underwear, you know, hopefully you're changing your underwear. If you're changing that much, then that's not being consistent. That's being inconsistent. Now, let me press pause for a second, because you need to consistently change your drawers. So let me be clear on that. I don't want nobody to say, Dr. Rogers said, don't change your underwear. That ain't what I'm saying. You need to consistently change your underwear. But just as much as you change your underwear, if your actions, if your attitude, if your behavior is changing just as much, then that would be considered being inconsistent, if that makes sense. So acting or doing something the same way over time. So there are certain things that, because of my consistency, there are certain things that people that know me should expect of me or from me. Same thing with you. Miss Fat got the after hours help up here. Miss Fat is consistent when it comes to moderating this chat. She will consistently be a sniper if you come on here acting crazy. Consistently. Okay? That's just an example of consistently. Dr. Rogers is going to consistently have this Southern twang because that's who Dr. Rogers is. See, that's the same. It stays the same way over time. I'm not jumping out here trying to give y'all this New York accent like I'm city, or talking like I'm from Boston or something when I know I'm from South Cac, So these things are consistent. Now, if y'all need me to stop, y'all let me know now. In this consistency, we got a sniper, sharpshooter. You hear what I'm saying? In this consistency, you have to know exactly who you are. In order for you to be consistent, remain consistent, you have to know who you are. You have to know whose you are in order for you to keep up that consistency. It shouldn't even be something that you have to think about because it is who you are. It defines you, right? So sometimes that consistency leads to certain appointments, right? Whether you ask for those appointments or not. The problem or the issue that often comes along with that is some people may be good people, but they're not consistent. So although they may want to be appointed, they weren't anointed for the appointment. Let me drink something off that. Even though you may be a good person, you may not be consistent. So you may be anointed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you've been appointed. So y'all, what does that mean? What does that mean? Sometimes you have to prove yourself. And when I say prove yourself, I'm not talking about the other people. I'm not talking about the people in this chat. I'm not talking about the people on YouTube. I'm talking about in general. If you are not consistent, You may have all the right words. You may be able to say the right things. You may be able to articulate yourself in the best way. But consistency is key. Yeah. That's what people are looking for. They are looking for consistency because, again, consistency defines who you are. So from day to day, if they, them, those, you don't know who you are from day to day because you're inconsistent, then you cannot be upset if you are not anointed for the appointment. I'm just saying. That let me move on. Along with that consistency comes a little bit of faith, right? You gotta have a little bit of faith. That faith needs to be consistent. Your attitude needs to be consistent. Whatever you say that you are loyal to, that needs to be consistent. Whoever you say that you are, that needs to be consistent. However you carry yourself, that needs to be consistent. Now, I'm going to just pull this. Whoever your higher power is, if they can't trust you to be consistent or faithful in the wilderness, or let's just say out here in these YouTube streets or social media streets, then how in the world can whoever the higher power is trust you to be consistent or faithful or whatever in the promised land? Why is he going to trust you over here to do the right thing if you can't do the right thing over here? What's going on, Pat? Got to be, consistency. If I can't appoint you over here to do what I need you to do, then how can I trust you to do it over here? Because you can't even do it over here. How does that translate? Just saying. How does that translate? So what happens is, and I brought up that faithful thing because what happens is things happen at times. We may get discouraged, we may get mad, may get ill, we may get angry. Things happen. Now, everybody is entitled to their moment. Have your moment. But are you getting stuck in that moment? Or do you just let the force pass? You have your moment and you go about your business and continue being the consistent person that you are? Or do you just give up and start questioning things? Do you start becoming inconsistent because things didn't go exactly the way that you thought they were going to go? Somebody didn't say something the way that you wanted them to say it. Somebody didn't do something the way that you wanted them to do it. They didn't act the way that you wanted them to act. And now all of a sudden, you're changing up. That's being inconsistent. That's being inconsistent. Again, your character and who you are defined by consistency. If you're this one on Tuesday and Wednesday, you're another one over here. Again, if you are inconsistent in the wilderness, then how can I trust you to be consistent in the promised land? I'm just saying. So when those things happen that we, don't sit well with us, y'all know those things. We've all had them. All of us. We've all had them. Whenever you have a setback or a minor delay or whatever, do you let it cause you to doubt, to question who you are or what you believe about yourself? Do you cause it to let you become a weak person or just turn you into someone that you're claiming that you're not? Or do you remain consistent? Remembering who you are, knowing who you are, understanding that things happen for a moment. You'll get through it. You'll get by it. You got to keep it pushing and remain consistent. See, these are the things that those higher ups, these are the things that they look at to see if you are truly anointed for the appointment. Can I depend on you? Can I depend on you when you don't even feel like you can depend on yourself? Man, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Right path, unexpected new attitude. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got a new attitude. Like, where did that come from? That's you? Et tu, Brute? Will you remain consistent during the hard times? Will you remain consistent during the rough times? And I'm going to keep reminding y'all that consistency defines who you are and your character. And I'm going to have to go and put along with this consistency, I'm going to have to throw resiliency up in there too. Because if you are consistent, then a consistent person is usually a resilient person. You have the power to bounce back from any situation. Those things are necessary in order for you to be consistent. Because if you're sitting in a funk and a fog and feel like you can't pull yourself out of a situation, then you are proving yourself to be non-resilient, at least during that particular period. So which one is it going to be? Are you going to remain consistent in whatever you are going through? Because again, consistency defines who you are. Now, get what I'm saying? See, this isn't about proving stuff to anyone else. This is about proving who you are to yourself. Y'all better catch that. We're in proving season, not improving. We are in proving season. This is where we are. Now, if you are consistent, this also means that you shouldn't be constantly controlled by your feelings, always in the fields. Not fields like cotton fields, I mean fields, F-E-E-L-S. You always in the fields. Everything is dictated on your feelings. If everything is dictated on your feelings alone, then your actions, your attitude, your behaviors are going to change every day because your feelings change. Your feelings change second to second, minute to minute, hour to hour, depending on whatever the situation is, your feelings change. Are you allowing your feelings to rule you at all times? Are you allowing your behaviors to be sporadic so nobody knows what to expect from you? I was having a conversation with someone the other day. A person I consider to be a very intelligent person. And whenever we spoke or whatever, the person said, you know what? Yeah. Whenever I was talking about certain things, they said, yeah, you are pretty liberal. And if you're watching this, all love. This is a conversation I think we need to have. Now, I kind of got in my feels for like 5.2 seconds because I was like, why I got to be liberal? I just believe in, treating people the way the good book says I'm supposed to treat them. Like, that's how I was raised. It has nothing to do with any type of political thing or anything like that. It's just how I was raised. It's what I believe in. I believe in equality, fairness for everybody, period, point blank. There's no in between for me. No in between. And then I thought about it. And I said, you know what? I know how I define liberal and what I think about liberal in a political sense. I said, but let me go back and get that true definition. Let me go see what Webster talking about, okay, when it comes to liberal. And so I went and looked. And I said, you know what? That person I was talking to, having that intellectual conversation with that intellectual person, that person was actually, they were right. When I went and read the definition, yeah, they were right. So let me give you the definition. The definition of liberal: willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own, open to new ideas, promotes individual rights, civil liberties, and democracy. I said, well, I be darned. See, I hadn't started getting up in my feels for like 5.2 seconds. And I had said, like, I don't think I wouldn't call myself liberal because I don't like people putting labels on me or things like that. But in my thinking, if this is what the definition of liberal is, if this is what the definition of liberal is, Miss Fat, I got to go by Webster because that's what we use in school. This is what I've known all my life. I can't go by that Urban Dictionary. That Urban Dictionary gets you messed up sometimes. But I looked at several different, I just didn't go with Merriam-Webster. I looked in a couple other places too. So this is a compilation of different definitions, but they all basically said it's the same thing. So I'm going to read it again. Willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own, open to new ideas, promotes individual rights, civil liberties, and democracy. I have no problem with that at all. And I'm saying that because we talk about consistency. And that consistency defining your character and who you are. Well, if that's the definition, then that's exactly who I am. because I do believe in equal rights for everyone. And I need y'all to understand what I'm saying. And some of y'all are probably not going to like this, but see, I have to be consistent and true to who I am. And I can't let other people or these streets change me for who I am, from who I am. So when I say equal rights for everyone, when I say equality for everyone, when I say fairness for everyone, equity, I don't care if it's white, Black, Hispanic, Jew, Muslim, Christian, gay, lesbian, bisexual. Let me make sure I go through all of them. LGBTQI, all of that. I do not care. So the statement that was made was, well, I know Christian people, we won't get in to that part because based on the beliefs and the way that I was raised, I must treat everyone the way that I want to be treated, and not just the way that I want to be treated. I need to treat everyone the way that they want to be treated. So that's part of my consistency, right? So if I go around and say I want justice for this one, but I don't care about justice for this one because of my own personal beliefs, then am I being consistent? If you see me doing that, then I can honestly say that you can respectfully call me a fraud. Some people do it anyway, respectfully or unrespectfully. But that's the thinking that I have. And I've had back and forth with different people about similar conversations and things like that. And part of my consistency, this has nothing to do with my professionalism. It has nothing to do with, I guess it does play a part in the type of work that I do, because the type of work that I do, in order for you to be effective, in order for you to effectively help other people, then you have to be genuine. And part of my genuineness is me understanding that whatever someone has going on, I have no right to say that you're entitled to this right and this one over here isn't entitled to this right. Now, if y'all don't get what I'm saying, y'all welcome to say something, but I'm talking about consistency. Again, because your consistency defines your character and who you are. This is who I am. I love everybody, but I'm not changing for nobody, because this is the appointment that I wanted for. My thoughts on what I feel about equality when it comes to everyone, I didn't and I don't like how my people were treated years and years ago, and the way that some of my people are treated now. I also don't like the way that the Jews were treated several years ago. I don't like the way that some of the people in the Muslim community get treated. I don't like some of the stuff that happened with people in this Hispanic community, with some of the buffale that has been going on as of late. So for me, if you can do that to my people and it hurts me and angers me and I don't like it, then why am I going to be okay when I see another group of people being done the same way? Whether I agree with their beliefs, whether I agree with what they are doing, me as a human, I do not want to see another human treated unjustly. Now, that's some consistency for your tail right there. Consistency defines your character and defines who you are. Now, I don't know what anyone else's spiritual beliefs are, but my beliefs, whenever I do something that I know is not right and it goes against what I have been taught, not by other people, but I mean taught all up in here, then my soul, my spirit is convicted. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, if you have never experienced that, then this may not make sense to you. But consistency is key. Because people know that they can trust you in this area, then it's almost an automatic. They don't have to question what you're going to do if this happens. They already know because you have been consistent in your actions. You have been consistent in your attitude. You have been consistent with your behavior. You have just been consistent. Now, I know there are going to be people that disagree with this, and they have the right. We have people that consistently disagree. True story. If you don't conform to the same beliefs or to the same narrative, then there is going to be a problem. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. But again, consistency is key. This is proving season. This is proving season. Not you proving to anybody else who you are, but you proving to yourself who you are. If you truly stand for something. Because people have asked, why she don't do this like other people do it? Why she don't do that like other people do it? I fight for justice. I fight against injustice. But I am consistent in my fight. I'm not going to go and do something this way because this is what the masses are doing. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to remain consistent in who I am and continue to fight the way that has worked for me, the way that I feel that I have been ordained to fight, not the way that other people want me to fight. Because I try to be consistent. Now, let me go back to this liberal word again. Willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions different from one's own and open to new ideas. Is that a bad thing? Because when I see somebody who is unwilling to respect or accept the behavior or opinions of others, or people who don't necessarily think the same thing that you think, then I'm looking at a person that has tunnel vision. If you're not open to new ideas, and that means that you're closed-minded. You stifle your growth if you just shut the door whenever new ideas come along that you are not familiar with or that you may not be comfortable with. Promotes individual rights, civil liberties, and democracy. All the people that I see standing up, marching, protesting, having all types of demonstrations, do they not know that that's fighting for civil liberties? Do they not know that that's fighting for democracy? Do they not know that they're fighting for somebody's individual rights? Sound like we all got a little bit of that liberal stuff in us. I'm just saying. Consistency. Consistency. We look at what's going on right now in our country. People want to put you on this side. People want to put you on this side. Listen, if you are being who you are, who you were appointed to be, if you are being consistent in who you are, don't let anybody box you in, because you don't have to prove anything to anybody else. It's about you proving things to yourself. So you don't have to fall in one category or the other. Nobody has the right to put you in one category or the other. You feel what you feel. You believe what you believe, period, point blank. There doesn't have to be a label on it. There doesn't have to be any type of explanation for it. It is what it is. And that's what it's going to be. Consistency defines your character, and it defines who you are. Let me see what time I'm working with. All right. So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to speak on this a little bit. I enjoyed the conversation that I was having with the person. We actually didn't get to finish the whole conversation, but it made me think about some things. And I said, you know what? Hey, I can go for that. But I'm not going to get forced into a certain category. But do I have, if based on this definition of what liberal is, do I have liberal thoughts? Then absolutely. Absolutely. Because I do believe that everyone should be treated equally. I absolutely do. I ain't changing that for a darn thing. I do believe that regardless of someone's sexual orientation, that they should still, and that they are still entitled to the same inalienable rights that I am entitled to, where people that felt like they were superior to me felt like I wasn't entitled to. I believe that regardless of what your circumstance is, everybody is entitled to those same civil rights, those same inalienable rights. Everybody is entitled to the same darn thing. And if I get to the place where I start determining who's entitled to this and who's entitled to that, now I am playing God. And I'm not being consistent. Because I've never walked the shoes of Jesus. And I never will be able to walk in his shoes. Ever. I don't have feet big enough to walk in those shoes. But I definitely follow those footprints and try to stay on path and remain consistent. So, agree, however, sometimes it's hard trying to challenge 2 or 3 fights. Pat, you know, you don't have to challenge him. Do what you do. We said, do what you do. Just be consistent. Be consistent. And that's one of the things that, because I saw people trying to pull me into things, and I had to remind myself while reminding them that every fight is not my fight. The only fight that I have right now is trying to remain consistent. And part of that consistency is me continuing to believe in people having equal rights, people being treated fairly, that whatever systems are in place are consistent. And when I see that they're not consistent, calling those systems out. I don't have to call them out on YouTube. We've been calling these systems out for a long time. Part of that fight and that consistency is me understanding that I came on YouTube by myself. I came later and I added a story to what I had going on. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to live for me and nobody's going to die for me. I have to make my own decisions, and they have to be based on what I believe, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be held accountable for my actions. Nobody else. Nobody else. I'm not getting involved in anybody else's fight, because at the end of the day, you own your own. You know what I'm saying? People can love you all day until they get in the fields. And that's where the inconsistencies come in at. But as long as you are consistent and you continue proving to yourself that you are consistent, then you can't sit around worrying about what other people think about you and what other people have to say about you. They got to get their own inconsistencies in check. As long as you know who you are. There shouldn't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 fights. You can go and give a helping hand and support something. But you for darn sure don't have to fight somebody else's fight. I think there's a difference. I definitely think there's a difference. And one of the things that, and I'm going to say this because I meant to just stay on here for 60 minutes. I have my stuff timed. I look at a lot of like the stuff that's going on right now, what we are dealing with as of today, what the major day was yesterday. And I look at people's behaviors and how crazy some people were acting, jumping out of cars, blocking highways, intimidating, threatening people, trying not to get them to go to the polls and all this stuff. Like I looked at that. And I said, I'll be darned. Because those behaviors, they look so familiar. They look so familiar. Targeting people, coming after people, just saying crazy stuff, making up stuff, not really looking at situations for what they really are, just thinking you can do any and everything to anybody. It looks so familiar. And those same behaviors are what I realized a while ago that I had to separate myself from. I'm just saying. Consistency is key. Now I'm going to let y'all sit on that one and see if you caught that. Remember, your consistency defines who you are, and it defines your character. Your character isn't based on what you just claim you are. Are you being consistent in what you're doing? Concise in what you're doing? Are you being clear? Have you proven yourself to be consistent? Now, this is a part of the mental health series that I am going to be doing. Like I said, I'm going back to what I know. I'm going back to what I came on here for. I am being consistent. And me being consistent does not include me being involved in some buffale. Okay? So with that being said, if you guys didn't watch the video that I uploaded yesterday about mental health, particularly Black women in mental health, it was just a little short clip. There's another part that will be coming behind that. Please go check that video out. And we will have some more videos coming in the future. And maybe it can help some people with some things that they may be working on day to day. Most importantly, I want people to understand how this social media stuff can, I don't want to say will, but can possibly affect your mental health and what you need to be cautious about. Yeah. So with that being said, if you would like to become a member of this channel and become a certified dime, click on that join button. Click on that join button. If you have not subscribed to this channel and you appreciate the content on this channel, drama-free content, click subscribe. And if you felt like you got something out of this video today, then please hit that like button. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Handle your business. With that being said, I wish you guys a blessed one. I want you guys to take care. Shout out to all the certified dimes that are in the building. I appreciate you guys. I thank you for rocking with me. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to the viewers, even if you don't subscribe. I still love you. I'm going to work on you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Remember, guys, consistency. Consistency is key. Bye.